In this video, we're going to carry on looking at polygons and how we can calculate some angles. So I'll give you some tips about how to do this. We might have an exam question, such as to calculate the sum of interior angles in an octagon. And an octagon is an 8-sided polygon. And octa comes from the derivation for 8. So you come across an octopus, which has 8 tentacles. So octagon then is 8. So this is part of the hint in working it out. And you need to remember the formula that the sum of the angles equals the number of sides minus 2. And then you multiply that value by 180. And if you remember from the previous video that the number of sides minus 2 tells you how many triangles you can fit inside. So instead of having to draw things, we can work it out from this. So let's give this a go. So an octagon, 8 sides. So the sum of the angles equals 8 minus 2 times 180 degrees. I think I've got yep. And this equals, do you remember from BIDMAS? Always remember BIDMAS. You've got to do the brackets first. So 8 minus 2 is 6. So 6 multiplied by 180 gives you 1080 degrees. So the sum of all the angles in an octagon comes to 1080. So I hope that made some sense to you. If not, work through this again or write some comments and I'll see if I can answer you. So we're going to look at this section here, which is calculating the interior angles of a regular polygon. Okay, so this is a regular polygon, and if you remember from the previous videos that a regular structure has equal sides, so this is indicated by these markings here. So whenever you see something like that, you know that these sides are all equal and it's a regular polygon. And the reason you want to know that is it tells you something about the angles. That if it's a regular polygon, then this angle is the same as this angle, same as that angle, etc. So, calculating the interior angles in a regular polygon. All the interior angles are the same, as I mentioned. Find the sum. Find out if you were to add up all these angles, what would that come to? So we have an equation for this, a calculation which we just looked at above. So the sum of the interior angles equals 6. So this is 6 has come from the number of sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. Minus 2 gives you how many triangles you can put inside, times 180 degrees, which are the degrees within a triangle. And if you do the calculation, then this becomes 4, 6 minus 2, 4 times 180 equals 720 degrees. So if you were to add up this one, that one, that one, that one, etc., all of these angles, it comes to a grand total of 720. But the question we want to answer is, what is the value of one of these angles? Now, because all these angles are the same value, and there are 6 angles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 angles, then all we have to do is to divide this by 6. And when you do this, you get a value of 120. So each of these is 120. Does that look like a valid answer? Well, we know that a right angle looks like that, and a right angle is 90 degrees. 90 degrees. Um, and this is now bigger than 90 degrees. So 120 sounds definitely in the right ballpark. So those are internal angles. We're going to talk about external angles or exterior angles. So if you extend a side of a polygon, the angle formed on the outside is an exterior or external angle. So the sum of, let's do that before we look at the next bit. So this is a polygon. This is one of its sides, and if we were to extend it like so, it forms an angle on the outside with the exterior, and so this is the external angle. The curious thing is that if you do that to all the sides and you add up all of these angles, it comes to 360. So, and 360 is a circle. So knowing that is really valuable because then we can work out individual values if we're not sure. And so to find out each individual angle, then we just need to divide the 360 with the number of sides, and that gives us the number of angles. And also remember, as I've got here, remember that if it's a straight line, this angle is 180. So again, we've got a clue about what this angle is. If we know this, or if we know this, we can work out that because that's 180.